Here's a secret that the banks don't want you to know about, and you can be paying off your mortgage in 10 years or less. Now, we've all seen those videos on our feed, and there's more and more businesses that are now sort of promoting this paying off your mortgage in less than 10 years, and how there's tricks and tips that banks don't want you to know about, that they hold the keys to. And if you go through their formula or use their program, then you're going to be debt free in no time. Now, I'm very familiar with these strategies, and there's a sort of a few out there. And I also know some of my clients who've used these strategies and even signed up to some of these programs with varying degrees of success. Now, this video is not about putting another business down or the way that they do marketing, but it's more just an informative video about how you can pay off your loan in 10 years or less, and what those programs might not be telling you in the upfront marketing. Let's put it simply. If you get a loan out for $400,000 from the bank, you have to pay that $400,000 back to the bank in some way or other. The bank is not going to forget about your debt. If you want to pay your loan off in 10 years and you've got a $400,000 mortgage, that $400,000 plus interest is going to have to be paid back to the bank before the end of the 10 years to meet that goal. The only real trick is that you're going to have to be paying above your minimum monthly repayment in order to pay it off in 10 years, especially if you've got an over 10-year mortgage, like a 25 or a 30-year mortgage. For instance, you can pay that loan off in 1 month if you have $400,000, or you could pay it off in a year if you want to make $34,000 a month additional repayments, or you could pay it off in around 10 years if you make $2,000 a month additional repayments on top of your minimum required repayments. Either way, the loan doesn't disappear. These programs don't often offer grants to allow you to pay it off quicker with someone else's money. It's often just a strategy to pay your loan down faster. Sometimes it involves a refinance to a lower interest rate. Sometimes it involves an offset or a redraw where you can filter all your salary in there every month to reduce the interest on the loan. Either way, the loan doesn't disappear. You have to make the repayments on that loan above the minimum repayments in order to meet your repayment goal, whether it's 10 years, 15 years or less. You may also see other strategies which may include property investment, buying properties, perhaps relying on capital growth or tax returns from depreciation and other deductions, negative gearing in order to pay down your owner occupied property. There are other ways and programs and strategies that I've seen in the industry which help people pay off their loan faster. But I think it's really, really core to know that you have to pay the loan back somehow. And how you do that will depend on your particular situation. It's important not to get consumed by this sort of cookie cutter one size fits all type of programs that are out there. And it's important to get real advice that's personal to your particular set of circumstances. Not everyone can make so many additional repayments per month. Not everyone has the borrowing capacity to invest. There are a few tricks that you can use with an offset account and a redraw account, but ultimately you need to have a strategy that is personal and tailored to your situation.